to CarsAddiction.com, and today we've got for you a full treat. We are going to assemble this steering wheel. Over here we have a modern 911 steering wheel. It can be found on a Macan as well, and the Boxster and Cayman. This is a multifunctional wheel. You can quickly see the result would be something like that. This wheel would be fitted actually on a 997. Lucky for us, the hub is the same dimensions, but we would need a sort of an adapter to fit between the 911 steering wheel and the car itself, which is this over here, this part over here. And yeah, these wheels can be found very cheap, relatively cheap, in bare format. This is how we bought ours. I'll leave all the links in the description below. But obviously, as soon as you add in the parts, it becomes much more expensive. I found out that if you build your own from scratch, it will become cheaper, and you get exactly what you wanted. In our case, we went for a yellow vinyl over here instead of painting, so it was something like this. We taped that around there, gave a clear coat of lacquer on top and the bottom to have it, there's no ridges or anything like that. We went to a local company to get this in perforated leather with yellow stitching, and now it's all up to us to put it up together. Now I'm just gonna have this video up here just to show you how easy. Now my car is a manual car, so over here we see this is the PDK version of the steering wheel. It's more basic. This is just a full leather steering wheel. The reason we got this steering wheel is we needed the electronics here as well. Now most of the wheels come in PDK format, like I just said, which have this kind of backing with just notches over here. That won't work for us. So if you are looking for a swap to a manual PDK steering wheel to manual, it's all possible with the same steering wheel. All you need is the back cover for a manual, which just closes that gap. Now the part number for this one, it's not a really expensive part, it's about $60 or so. So that's the part number for this part. I'll put in the description below. By the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so and hit that notification button. Be the first to know about any new videos we have. So that's going to be the back part over there, something like that. But before we get to that, we want to sort of put some protection on this. I don't want to damage anything over here, and let's get to it. This is our donor wheel. What we're going to do now is remove the centerpiece right over here. Now we're using a Torx T20. You're going to be using this a lot, so make sure you have it in your toolkit. Now the reason I'm showing you dismantling from an older steering wheel into that new one is without reference we won't be able to do this correctly. So that's why I'm recording myself doing this. So for future people who are doing the same kind of swap, we'll be able to have this as a reference and do it more smoothly. So the plastic bits go in first. Okay. Just like that. Quite easy. Goes in place here, and we have another metal bracket right over here, this direction. Okay, the black screws. I have no idea about the thread size in case you don't have these screws. You can tell from there. But yeah, these are T20 Torx, and they go into making sure you have the right screws in place. This unit has an airbag in it, and you don't want to mess around with using different kinds of bolts. So just make sure you have every right bolt in at your disposal. Just going to lightly put it in place, not bolt anything for now. Just make sure I have everything fitted. So I only tread it once. Okay. Now I really wanted to remove the PTK, anything resulted in PTK, to just so I don't have any extra components on this. So we're talking about this part, but it seems to be one unit here. I'm not going to be messing around with that, so that stays it. Might be that Porsche built in, you know, this to be backwards compatible, whatever car this is in, so we'll appreciate that. Okay, so I just realized that I did not have to put this in for now. The reason is because I had to modify this part over here with the new adapter I have. So basically the instructions are telling me that I need to slide in the locking unit. Okay. That's out. Don't lose that. Okay, we've got access to the back. Now we've got pin 11 and pin 12 right over there. So these are just a matter of it sliding them in. So pin 12 locked in place. And so you notice that it's pin 12, 11 and 12 because there's only two ones, and there's near the red and yellow wires. Putting this dog back in place. Great. Okay, so we're just putting back together one piece. I think this will be the most difficult part, just because you have the moving spring and everything. You have to make sure everything is aligned. You want to make sure you have the wires and the guides not to interfere with the springs. Otherwise you might have future problems. I'm not going to tighten it for now. I just want to get the adapter in place. Okay. Okay, and this is our adapter. Now you might not be doing this step if you're not fitting it to a 997. Mine's 97.2 to be exact. Okay, so this fits behind over here. Okay, now this one just fits into the wire we've just connected through via the pins. It only goes into one direction, so don't worry about that. And this goes into the car adapter right down here. Okay. So I want to continue tightening these points right here, making sure everything moves in smoothly. Okay. Quickly going to jump into this one. So the problem with this is that we have the switch button gear over here is broken. So I've gotten the part. I'll share the part number in the description below. Okay, because I'm not sure if you guys can see it. So basically, okay, we need a smaller Torx. Looks like a T10. So we've got a T10 Torx, and we'll just unbolt that part there. That's the broken part. That's what we're going to replace it with. So this just slides into the gaps right over there. Okay, and that's our fascia. We could have done the same thing with the other side. We do have the part. In case you're looking for the part numbers for the other side. That's the part number. Okay, and the module down here, in case you're looking for it, is this one. Okay, so let's flip this around a bit. We've got our connection over here. That's going to go into the car. We also have our GPS adapter, German service provider, connected. And before I do everything into place, I'd like to put this on right here. Okay. Should fit in smoothly. Zoom up a bit. So our adapters are running here, but we can finalize them later on. Just want to make sure everything fits properly, and it does. Okay, so these basically fit with these Torx. Again, just as a reminder, we're using Torx T20. Not sure you can see that. For this part here, we've got one here, second there, third and fourth right over there. Okay, so those are connected, so we are safe to put these in place. Go. One in place as well. Great. So that's in place there. We have our manual cover as opposed to the ones with the PDK. Slots right over here. Just slides into here. Great. That's it. Okay, flip this over. That's all looking good. Lovely, isn't it? Okay, so we got our horn pad right over here. Got all the connections here. What's left is actually sliding this into place. Okay. I like to know that we got in place as you can see the GPS logo over there with the QR code on that side. We're provided with this felt tape, and it tells us to insert it overlapping all the wires, so let's make sure these are easy accessible, and just cover that right over there. Okay, reason that is so everything is tight and you don't hear any wobbling bits when you're driving along. Okay, so that is completed. We have, what is left actually is to focus on the car and see how it looks in the car actually. So we have the steering wheel finally in the car. It will be replacing this Alcantara wheel. The options on building your own wheel is limitless. So you can have a carbon wheel with Alcantara side grips. You can have a carbon wheel with red side grips. You can have a carbon fiber with beige side grips. You can have an Alcantara with yellow stitching. Notice that the multifunction switches have those rivets, so you can have with or without those rivets. Here it is without the rivets and in blue stitching. You can have a really elaborate carbon fiber wheel. You can have a white leather wheel with beige side grips. You can have a wood steering wheel with leather side grips. You can have a different kind of wood with beige side grips. You can have a carbon fiber wheel with Alcantara sides, which are in red. You can have a leather steering wheel. You can have a leather steering wheel without multifunction. You can have a carbon fiber, which is in white with black leather. Here's another type of wood, and another, and another. As you can see, the options are unlimited. And don't let used PDK wheels stop you from buying a nice wheel if you have a manual. As you can see, the PDK to manual conversion is really simple, just changing the back cover. Also, if you want a heated steering wheel, that's possible. Just get one that's heated with the wire on the bare steering wheel. Now we come to the cost of this project. We had our donor PDK leather wheel, which include the fascia, backplate, trims, and wire harness. That was 450 euros. We had the bare carbon steering wheel that came to 235. We were lucky on that. We've got the switches to replace the broken one from the donor wheel. That's 107 euros. The airbag, 425. Rear cover for the manual, 66 euros new from Porsche. Central mark and lacquer, 25 euros. And the upholstery, the stitching in leather, 125 euros. Which comes up to a grand total of 1,433. And optional to our specific car, we had bought the 997 GPS adapter for 315 euros. All prices mentioned include shipping and customs to Europe. Now, mind you, I still have to sell my bare PDK leather wheel that I'm not going to use. Some switches I've left over, and the rear cover for the PDK to minimize the overall cost. If you go searching on eBay right now, you will see that if you add up a ready-made steering wheel with the airbag, because usually they come up without them, the costs will be much higher and you won't have anything specifically customized to your car. If you want to see us install this wheel into our Porsche 997, make sure you are subscribed and hit that notification bell button below to make sure you get updated on our latest videos. Thank you for watching. Take care.